Hi everyone, welcome to JiJi's World, or welcome back. I am JiJi, and today I wanted to do this little Lego set with you. I just had a gardening session, if you will. There's 3 different things, but I'm going to do this one. I thought it'd be fun to do this. I'm gonna see if I can manage. Hopefully I can. I started building some of this because I'm already elevated, if you know what I mean. And I was kind of getting lost in the sauce over here. I wanted to do this and talk to you a little today about my experiences with one of my friends that I had in high school. I thought you would be interested in some of the stories I have from that time. That was about 2006, 2007. I don't know who these people are today, how they identify or anything like that. I'm just gonna use a letter for them and use the pronoun I knew them by. I was friends this time. I was in high school. I was like a junior, I think. And one person that I was with a lot of the time was this girl T. She was, I don't know if any of you have ever had a friend like this, but my mom was like, do not hang out with this person. Do not hang out with her. Like, she's bad news. You shouldn't be around her. All this stuff. I was like, whatever, because we were always doing something, always having fun. And like half the time we weren't really doing anything bad, but looking back, we were probably in situations that we shouldn't have really been in, you know? And I remember we would go and like meet a bunch of people online. One time she met someone online. And this kind of thing kind of happened to me twice. She met somebody online and she wanted to go meet him. And this person was really weird, and he had, I think he was like, honestly, I think he was like 24. So like, yikes to begin with. We thought it was cool, you know, and we thought it was like, whatever. I really didn't think it was cool. I thought it was creepy and weird, but I was like, I'm gonna go with my friend because I don't want her to be like alone with this person. And we would be smart about it. Like, we would meet them in public and make sure that we only met them in public, because we knew like we weren't supposed to go to their house and stuff like that. And we really didn't. We really never did that until like later on. She started getting bold, to be honest, because we would go on like I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this. There was this thing, it was definitely on its way out at the time, but there was a thing called the party line on the phone, and you could call and leave messages, like a voicemail type of thing, and answer people's messages with your own voicemail thing. It was crazy. And you could like live chat with people, and it wasn't like anything creepy. It was basically like a phone chat room. I mean, people were probably doing creepy stuff on there, but it wasn't like for just that. We would meet people off of there too. So we were doing that, and then we started meeting people online. And when we were meeting people online, she met this guy, and she was telling me all about him, and he kind of sounded familiar, and it was really weird. I'm like, oh, there's this guy I remember on MySpace I met, and I think he had even gone to some of the shows that we were going to in town, like music shows. I don't even know if people still do that. I don't know if like bands, we had like local bands in my town that would play like alternative stuff, and we would go and see them, or in like the towns around. I was in a small town, so that was kind of what we were up to. I'm pretty sure that he was at some of the shows we went to, but either way, I had interactions with him on MySpace, and he was definitely like searching for girls on there, which is like, looking back, really creepy. I remember figuring this out because all the people in his top 8 were people that he was like currently talking to. And it was like people that he liked or whatever, and they all had the same thing, like me too at the time, glasses and hair with bangs, all of us, which is giving like serial killer. Like, what are you up to? He was weird. I think I like met him at a show outside of MySpace, but like, I don't even think he knew who I was. We went to meet this guy that she kept telling me about, and it ended up being this dude who I had noticed was being like kind of strange with other girls. And I think all of the girls were probably about the same age, which again is ew. I wish I knew this person's name, because they probably should be on a list, to be completely honest with you. I was horrified because I was like at his house with her, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, how did I get in this man's home? Mostly because, like I said, I had just like seen him on MySpace, and I might have met him like one other time in person, but I really just knew him from online. And then I was in his apartment with her, and I don't know, he was very weird. This is like so creepy. But he like had a thing for feet, and he was like asking about her feet. It was so creepy. We were 17. He was in his 20s. Weird, 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 weird. Fast forward, I'm like 19 or 20, and I go with my other friend to meet someone that they were meeting online, and never saw this person in my life. Never knew them, had nothing to do with this person at all. And we go to meet them, and tell me why that guy lived with the guy I was just telling you about that was like creepy on MySpace. So I arrive, and now like this is like a couple years later, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna like remember me, because I didn't know that it was, I had no clue that I was going to this place. I had forgotten kind of like the apartment and stuff, because I went there one time and it was like 3-4 years before. I'm like, okay, again, my friend met someone online and wanted me to go and meet them, and so we would be safe. But we were like going to their apartment, we had like our location on, and we were doing like, this is a little bit later, so it's like 2009, maybe 2010, and we're thinking we're being safe. So we go, please don't do this, people. This is how you get yourself for real like done in. Like I said, it's like a couple years later, and we park outside, and I like notice this playground, and I'm like, why is this so familiar to me? Like I have never been here, I'm sure, you know, like I really forgot about that guy. I'm just like, why does this look so familiar to me? But it was like a town around where I live, so I don't know, maybe I just drove by there one time. I'm thinking to myself, like, who knows, you know? My friend like says that they don't even really like him, but just wanted to like hang out with him. This is like the guy's roommate, and when we had gone to his house like when I was younger with my other friend, I don't think he had a roommate, and if he did, I think it was a woman, which is fine. Like it was like a whole different thing. So there was like just nothing indicating that this was about to happen. And I find out from my friend, a bunch of us are gonna hang out, and he has a roommate that's gonna be there and whatever. So we go into the apartment, and we meet the guy that my friend's gonna meet, and we're just like sitting in the living room talking to him. We got there early on purpose because we didn't know anybody. So, and they were like trying to meet. We get there early, we're sitting and we're talking to him, and then the roommate comes out, and I'm like, record scratch, like what is going on? Because I immediately recognize him, and I'm like, oh my god, like what do I do? This person was like really weird with my friend, and I remember just like feeling weird about him. And like I told you, looking back, like obviously this person was creepy and too old to be acting the way he was acting with us. But again, through the perspective of a teenager, I more just like had a bad feeling about him than anything. We're at the apartment, so the party, people start showing up. It's small, it's just an apartment, so it's not like 100 people, but there was a good amount of people. The guy doesn't say anything to me, which is fine because I don't want him to, right? Like I totally am like, please, I can't. Like I was like so scared. And I don't even know what I thought was gonna happen. I was just like panicking because I didn't know, like I was trying to like somehow tell my friend. I had to eventually pull my friend into the bathroom and be like, oh my god, this is what happened. And the friend I was there with knew tea. I had to tell them, like I was dying. And thankfully, so the guy like doesn't recognize me. The people start showing up, whatever. We're just like having a good time. I go out on the porch for some reason. I think my friend came with me and then left. And I still hadn't told them that I knew this other person. My friend goes inside. This guy comes out. Tell me why this guy comes out. He's like kind of cornering me, asking me about me, and like I could tell he had no recollection of me is really the point. I was so scared he was gonna be like, remember when you were here and I liked your friend and her feet or something? I don't know. I was like, ugh. Anyway, so I'm not shaming anyone that likes that kind of thing. The point was we were teenagers and underage, so ew. I finally get my friend in the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, like I've been dying to tell you this. I remember one of the women that was there made a comment about, why does he always have young people around? Alarm bells were going off, diva. That was kind of when I was first like, oh, okay. Like I did feel weird when we had gone to his apartment the first time, like I said. Oh, my intuition was right about it. I'm telling my friend, like, this is this guy. I remember telling my friend the story originally because they had been my friends since high school as well. They were like, what the heck? So we're trying to leave now because I'm like, this is so awkward, and my friend doesn't even really like the guy that they're there to talk to. We end up leaving, but before we leave, somebody pulls out a taser and the weird guy like starts using it on himself, trying to make it like sexual or something, and it was so weird, to the point that even his friends started being like, what? Person was so bizarre. Another time I met somebody with T that I had known previously. The friend that I was just talking about knew this kid at the time who inherited his grandpa's house or something, and he had people renting. He lived in one unit and some people rented the other ones. My friend T meets a guy online once again, starts telling me about this person, and again, I think we were like 17 or 18 then too. She's like, this guy I'm talking to online invited us to a party and we're gonna go to his apartment and we're gonna go hang out there. I think we were 17 because I think she was almost 18. That's why she was just like acting so out of control. We go in and we're there again early because they're meeting each other for like the first time, so they want to hang out before the party, I guess. The first thing that happens after we meet this guy, his roommate's there, and his roommate had to have been in his 40s or older. This man had puppies in his room and we were in there looking at them, and he wasn't there yet, and the guy that T was meeting had let us in the room because the dogs were crying and stuff. So we're playing with them. The guy who's dogs they are comes and he's like, oh, how old are you girls? Because girl, I could not make this up if I tried. He's like, how old are you girls? I can't be around anyone under 18 ? What are you saying to me? We were like, oh, yeah, like we're 18, because now we're thinking like we can't be there, you know, but why did we even say that? Why did we stay? We should have been running for the hills. Then up the stairs comes the quote landlord, and he knows that they're gonna have a party and they're like talking all about that. I see him and I'm like, oh my god, this is the guy that I knew that was dating a friend of mine. And I'm like, what? Like, this is so weird. We were way far from our town. We were like probably an hour away from our town, and I happened to be in this guy's house. So then the party happens, and this was odd too, because tell me why, again, there were adult men talking about feet, the feet of children. Like, I was losing my mind. I was like, get me the frick out of here, dog. What is going on? I was terrified. This part, I was not having it, this one. I just had a feeling like something was weird, and I was totally sober and totally in control because I was so nervous about what was gonna happen there. Thank God I made that decision, because old T is out here, what do I say? Skiing? Is that what I should say? I don't think I can say what I really mean. It involves mountains of white. She's doing that, and she's like my ride. So I'm like, no, like, what are we gonna do? Because she's off skiing in a locked room with people. And again, these were adults. These people were like in their 20s. I don't know how late or early in their 20s, but they were in their 20s. And we're little children at a party we shouldn't be at. We stayed long enough that she was okay and she drove us home. But then on the way home, she's like, oh, I'm gonna stop at this place in this town, this like warehouse or grocery store, I can't remember what it was, because this other guy that I'm talking to is getting off of work. And so she's like, let's go. I want to go like sit in the parking lot and see if I can get him to meet me. Girl, I was like, what? I said, I don't want to do this. Can we just go home? Like, what is even going on right now? Did we go home? No, we didn't. We went to the parking lot and we went to go see whoever that guy was, waiting for him to get off. I'm like, I need to go home, girl. Like, this is not the tea. This is not what I want to be up to. Do you think that man came out and did anything? No. He didn't come and see her. He didn't do anything. He was actually talking about how he had to go and buy something for some baby. I don't know. It was so weird. I don't even know why we were there. It was such a waste of time because he didn't come out. He didn't care about what we were up to. Okay, I need to get a snack and these instructions are not instructioning for me right now. So I'm gonna stop this here. I hope you liked this video. I hope that you are doing well. Let me know if you want to hear more about me and my friends, me and this friend T that I was talking about, because I have some other wild stories to tell about that. Or just tell me a word. I probably have a story related to that word, to be honest. I was thinking about doing a Q&A. If you would like to see that, I would love to hear any feedback. I will do part 2 of this video next week and we'll meet again. So have your green stuff ready. I hope that you're doing great. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please give it a thumbs up if you haven't. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.